How many mics are you using?
Tell me about it.
Okay, this is Detective Superintendent Duncan Sloan, and he is the Senior Investigating Officer for this. Just to give you an overview just now.
Okay, good afternoon, thanks for attending. Today I'm here firstly to inform you that the body of a 15-year-old girl that was found here yesterday at the location just behind me, I can now confirm that she was positively identified as Paige Doherty, a 15-year-old girl who was reported missing from Clydebank on Saturday evening. The first thing I want to say is and announce that this is being treated as a murder investigation. Will be investigated by Police Scotland's major investigation teams, headed by myself as Senior Investigating Officer. The first thing that I really want to say is my condolences go out to the family and friends of Paige. Clearly this is an extremely harrowing time for the family and friends, and I really just want to say my heart goes out to them. We will do all in our power to investigate this and bring some answers as to the circumstances leading to the death of Paige Doherty. What I can tell you from an overview of the investigation, on Saturday evening, late Saturday evening, Paige Doherty was reported to Police Scotland as a missing person. That culminated from a phone call from her mother because Paige had not attended her work, which she was due to attend at a hairdresser's in Kirkcudbright earlier on Saturday morning. What we do know is that Paige stayed overnight on Friday evening, the 18th, with one of her friends in Angus Street in the Clydebank area, and she was last seen by her friend leaving that house at around 8:15 on Saturday morning, with the intention, Paige's intention was to go catch a bus on East Barnes Street in Clydebank, the number 1A bus, which would take her a route into Glasgow city centre for her onward travel to Kirkcudbright. What we do know is the actual last confirmed sighting of Paige was around 8:20, and that was at a local road shop in Fleming Avenue in Clydebank. Thereafter, there is no sightings, and we have no known movements of Paige. She never made her work, unfortunately, on Saturday morning. Clearly, our family and friends concerned for Paige during the course of Saturday ultimately reported it to Police Scotland, and it was treated as a high-risk missing person inquiry, where numerous inquiries were conducted, as would with all missing person inquiries, in an effort to trace Paige. What I can tell you now in relation to the murder investigation is that we have a number of specialised officers clearly supporting the family in the first instance, to try and understand what the lifestyle and knowledge of Paige's family, friends, associates, to try and piece together Paige's lifestyle. I have specialised officers in CCTV and door-to-door inquiries, and we have a number of uniform officers, detectives, going around door-to-door to try and find out any information at all. What's important here, and I have to appeal to the members of the public, is we need to piece together the movements of Paige from 8:20 on Saturday morning, when she went missing, until we find the body here at 1 o'clock on Monday afternoon. That's clearly quite a period of time, so it's important to ask anybody who knows Paige, friends, family, please come forward with any information around the lifestyle or any reason why you think anybody would have attacked Paige. Thank you.
Detective, is there any indication of how Paige has died?
At this present time, a post-mortem examination will commence this afternoon to allow us to understand exactly what the cause and the circumstances leading to Paige's death. What I can say at the moment is this is a homicide, murder investigation, and Paige was assaulted.
I'm sorry for asking this, but can you give us any indication of the sorts of injuries that she sustained?
Clearly that's part of the inquiry. That's why all forensic examinations, post-mortem inquiries, door-to-door, CCTVs being pieced together just now to build that picture of what actually occurred with Paige.
Now she left her friend's house at 8:15. She was seen at the roll shop at 20:08. She never made it to work. Was there any contact with her family or friends in that interim time between 20:08 and the Saturday morning and you finding her body yesterday afternoon?
Yeah. what we know and what I can tell you is clearly that was the concern for the friends and family of Paige, that there was no contact with her, which led to them reporting her as a missing person. And that's the bit that's critical for me here. You know, there will be people in the local community who know Paige or have seen her about. There will be people who were up and about Saturday morning, maybe seen her at the old shop, potentially going towards the bus location. Please come forward, give us any of your signs and allow us to assess that and investigate.
How far is this from the road shop? Right now, how far are we from the road shop?
I can't give you the exact detail or mileage for that just now. It's over to the location behind me. What I can tell you is
it close?
The roll shop, yes. The roll shop was within walking distance of Angus Avenue where she left from her friend's house that morning.
And obviously her family are deeply concerned. Have they got anything that, you know, they obviously will want as much help as they can to try and find out what happened? Is there anything that, any guidance they can give us?
This is horrific for the family. We're obviously supporting the family just now through this time. We need to speak to the family to understand the lifestyle, the family dynamics. We need to know the associates, the friends, what Paige does, to build that picture, to give us every opportunity to find out what happened.
You mentioned her lifestyle. She has gone missing before, I've read.
Yeah, I can confirm Paige has went missing in the past. However, Paige has never not been in contact with some of her friends or her family in the past, clearly causing the concern for the family for them to report her as a missing person.
Is it possible she was attacked by someone that she knew?
Clearly, at this moment in time, I need to try and identify the circumstances. The movements of Paige at 8:20 Saturday morning, right up to 1 o'clock to when her body was recovered here. It's critical that any information is given to us to allow us to assess that and take any lines of investigation forward.
But you can't rule out that she was attacked by someone that
at this
known
moment
to
in
her?
time, I'm open to all motives. Clearly, at this stage in the investigation, because the information is required, we need to know, we need to get those signs from people. I can't give a definitive. I am open-minded to all motives to this murder.
When you say about her lifestyle, is there something we should be concerned about in her lifestyle that, you know, that her mum or her family, her friends have pointed out that we should be, that's something that should be being looked into?
Part of every murder investigation involves looking at the victim, looking at people, friends, associates and lifestyle. It's a standard procedure for Police Scotland and it's not unusual to a murder investigation.
Did she have a boyfriend?
At this moment in time, that's what's critically important. Speaking to the friends and family, people who know it, that's why I'm asking. Come forward, tell us if you know of any of our associates, tell us if Paige was in any trouble, tell us anything that may lead me to a motive to understand the circumstances.
But her mum's not giving you any guidance in that respect, or no, I'm not saying withholding it, but there's nothing that the family are suggesting
I
might be
think what detectives are trying to explain is basically every aspect of Paige's life about that.
Sure.
So
Sorry to repeat.
we're standing here saying all possibilities. So is there any other questions just before we wrap up?
We recovered personal belongings, mobile phone, that kind of thing.
At this moment in time, clearly behind me, as you can see, we have an area where unfortunately Paige's body was recovered. We need to go through a really detailed forensic examination at that scene. That includes a search on that scene. That will go on for some time. It will involve many specialists from the Scottish Police Authority and Police Scotland working together to really get as much as we possibly can from the scene.
Paige was very well known locally. You must have gleaned a few pointers as to the type of person she is. She seems to have been a very outgoing personality.
Yeah, I can tell you from what we're finding out thus far from family and friends and teachers, Paige is a really warm, kind individual. Had a real set course on where she wanted to take her life. Indeed had arranged her own part-time placement with the hairdressers that she was meant to attend in Kirkintilloch. This was a girl with a future, a life and a plan in front of her. That's why it's absolutely critically important to me that anybody has any small piece of information, particularly this scene here, has anybody been seen suspicious acting, any cars that have been parked here, please come forward, because any small piece of information will follow up and try and understand the circumstances.
Is there any particular cars or vehicles that you're looking at?
Clearly this is the main thoroughfare from Clydebank into Glasgow city centre. It's busy, we've got high flats, we've got people overlooking. That's why it's important. Anybody who is maybe parked or stopped here themselves, come forward, because if we do get any sightings of vehicles and people, it will help us to eliminate. So again, I would appeal to anyone.
Just to nail down that Paige, it wasn't any type of a chaotic lifestyle, etc. She was well supported by family and she did have ambitions. She just did tell us a bit about that. She's not the type of girl you'd expect to fall into misadventure.
This is the murder of a 15-year-old girl. As I said earlier, we've got to understand what Paige's lifestyle is. We need to know anybody who knows anything about Paige. We need to know what her friends and her family are. this was a girl with a future.
And the community has really rallied around. People were walking the streets trying to find her, etc. It seems as though there were scores of people involved in that.
Yeah, I've got to say the community together, thus far we are having some good information coming in from the local community. That's why I've just got to again reassure the public we've got high profile presence of police officers in this area to provide that reassurance.
What school
Sorry, I missed the start of the press conference. Was there any witness